Ladies, what insecurities do you often see in men that women couldn't care less about? How do I sort by upvoted by women? Controversial. Grey hair. My boyfriend is 26 and has a head full of salt and pepper. I absolutely love it, but he really doesn't. I think it adds sophistication to his look. He thinks it means he'll be bald soon. If it'll help him feel better, I believe there are studies out there that found that men who grey early are less likely to lose their hair. Can confirm. I have an uncle who was totally silver by 25. He's like 50ish now and his hair looks exactly like it did 25 years ago. They call that the Steve Martin. FK I'm receding at 26. I'd rather have peppered greys than the receding hairline. Being the best, smartest, toughest, funniest. It's better to be individual with your niche interests, looks, sense of humor rather than try to be the brightest. Also, it's more attractive to acknowledge the success of your friends than to talk about their shortcomings. But what if I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was? I realize that to catch them all is your real test, but STIs are not collectibles. The need to be super masculine when it comes to everything. Drink a girly drink at a bar. Enjoy a rom-com. Cry when you get to add something new to your collection. Agreed. A man ordered a pink drink, dragon fruit refresher, at Starbucks, but had to mention that it was for his girlfriend, but actually, he was seen sipping it in the cafe. Like, nobody cares. Having to foot the bill on dates. Split it or I'll grab the next one. No biggie. Just to provide some perspective on this. I have no problem splitting or taking turns on the bill. Just please tell me upfront and consistently. I consider date nights to be entertainment spending. I wouldn't have set up or agreed to the date if I was worried about a cost. I am worried about coming across as cheap. Yeah, I prefer women who believe in pragmatic or non-traditional gender roles. But if I'm otherwise crazy about a girl who prefers to keep it old school, I'm not going to risk my chances of a second date over the cost of dinner and drinks. If the bill comes and we haven't discussed who is paying or if she's shown any kind of hesitance, I'll pay the bill. Happily. Could not have said it better. I'm into really skinny guys and the majority of guys I've been with have made comments about hating their bodies and how skinny they are. I've never really understood, because I think they look great. But I guess there is a stereotype of guys being big and buff and stuff. Skinny dude here. I'm pretty self-conscious about it, so thanks for the confidence boost. There's insecurity, but I also feel like my body is unforgiving to people. Not the best shoulder to lean against, or person to hug, or cuddle etc. Lack of actual experience. As long as you're kind, eager, and willing to learn, you're already doing better in bed than a dude who thinks he has it all figured out and doesn't bother to listen to his partner and assumes he already knows what you'll like. I hope this is true for most women, and guys. Lost counts at the number of conversations I've overheard about X, Y or Z being a loser for a lack of or no experience. Especially if they're a bit older. And people wonder why folks get messed up. Exact situation I'm in. Worried word will get around that it was my first time. I've always been nervous about it, but now it's extrapolated. Because I'm older so now it's frick I'm too old and everyone knows what they are doing. I've actually avoided potential encounters at bars and stuff, because I think this girl is gonna be pissed and, or tell mutual friends about it if she finds out. I feel like a girl looking for a one night stand would just get pissed if she found out the guy she picked was inexperienced. Just a perspective from a guy who is self-conscious about this. I'm 23 and about 3 or 4 years ago I was told by a girl I was close friends with that my inexperience is weirder and more off-putting the older I get. I have also been told I'm the kind of guy girls want to settle down with in their 40s. Not right now. I then heard it again from another girl I was close friends with about a year ago. I have had horrible dating experiences and I'm now out of college, where I have heard that people have fun and have plenty of experiences, but I never did. I have also been rejected for being a bad kisser from a girl who knew I was inexperienced, because she heard from a mutual friend. Here I am single and still a virgin at 23. It's hard not to be self-conscious about it after all of that. I want a relationship and I don't mind waiting for X until I'm comfortable or exclusive with a girl. Not really sure about casual X. And even though I've put myself out there many times, I am open to change to improve my flaws. I try to be understanding with the girls I meet. I take rejection easily and move on. And according to my friends and a girl I went out with 5 times, I have a lot going for me. Don't have to worry about my looks. I'm fun to be around. I have a good style. I don't exactly do anything wrong on dates, etc. I still get nowhere. That girl doesn't feel romantic chemistry with me, which is why we didn't work out. Anyways, maybe not every woman cares about inexperience, but it's hard to be okay with it when you experience things like that. I also am not okay with inexperience for myself. I don't want to be 40 and have my first relationship or lose my virginity to a woman at that age while she has had her fun in life. So maybe some women are okay with inexperience or not much of it, but I personally do not want to only be with one person at an older age and feel like I missed out on life because I wasn't good enough. This is just my perspective on myself, and again, I understand not all women care about inexperience. I know how you're feeling, man. I recently lost my virginity at age 24 to a girl who was fully aware I had no experience whatsoever before her, hadn't even kissed. There were awkward moments, but it still went really well. Keep your head up and keep trying. Also, if there's a recurring theme of girls willing to go out on dates with you, but not feeling chemistry, then you have to try presenting yourself as a ex you're being with, flirting and more confident mannerisms. I'm not saying that is your issue since I have no idea, but that came to mind after reading what you said. My husband was basically you exactly when I met him. 23, virgin, never even been kissed. Absolutely nothing wrong with the guy, obviously. I married him, lol. He was attractive and successful and personable, but he just never had the wild college experience and never met the right person to be in a relationship with. We actually met online, as he had just moved to the area and knew no one, and I was attempting to get back some confidence after a really bad breakup. I was younger than him with way more actual experience, but it never put me off of him at all, and I found it honestly refreshing that he wasn't out there trying to get with every woman he could. He was very obviously nervous when he finally made a move and actually completely missed when he tried to kiss me for the first time, and yes, to be honest, he was not a good kisser at first either, but we just laugh about that now and it was fine. Having sex with a different person is always a new experience anyway, and there is a lot to learn each time. Now we've been together almost 8 years, have 2 kids, still have sex at least 3 times a week, and he is by far and away the best ex I have ever had, even though the only person he has ever been with is me. As far as his thoughts on only ever experiencing sex with one person, it did used to bother him, but, in his own words, he realized that he was definitely happy with the ex he was getting and even more happy with the great relationship he was in. And he didn't want to risk losing something people try to find their whole lives just to see what's out there. So, basically, there is nothing wrong with you, and although it's hard, you really have no reason to be insecure about being a virgin at 23. You'll find the right person eventually. The need to be really muscly, or the obsession with growing lots of facial hair. Frankly, I'm just in the gym so I can drink all the freaking time and not be fat. Yeah, I got into fitness, lost 60+ lbs, because I thought it would help compensate for a lifetime of being bullied and ostracized. That somehow improving my physical appearance would overcome a lifetime of pool socialization. Now it's just for the strength in the gym and to earn beer. Working out is a great way to justify all your unhealthy habits. Don't drop your guilty pleasures, just cancel them out with good habits. Peace. Congrats on losing 60+ lbs. I've noticed that multiple guys I have dated will flex their biceps when I grab hold of their arm on a walk, or suck in their tummy, like, it's not super important. I like muscles as much as the next girl, but dad bods are a-okay in my book too. My ex used to tell me she loved my love handles and would tease about fattening me up when we went out to dinner. Then I got put on Seroquel and actually did gain 25-30 pounds in a year. She sent me a picture of myself from shortly after we started dating and said, "What happened to this guy? Then she broke up with me shortly thereafter. So, yeah, that sucked lol. Maybe buried, but I've noticed a lot of guys are self-conscious about moaning during sex. Honestly, it turns me on a lot more to know that you're enjoying it just as much as me. Always been a moaner myself, but one time I met a girl that was repulsed by a man moaning from sex and foreplay. Shut up. Stop making noise. Why are you making sounds? I was quite surprised, and this thread tells me I should continue. Thanks. Chick sounds like a tool. You do you, or some internet stranger.